Hey guys, welcome back. So it's the end of the month, which means it is favorites time. That was really annoying. It is that time again. We are going to be diving into my September favorites, and I also have a couple of misses towards the end of the video, products that I tried that I didn't love. I'm a little early this month, just a couple of days. It's the 26th, but next week is already October, which is like insane to me. So since it is like officially fall and next week's October, I decided to be extra and wear a sweater when in all reality, it's still 80 degrees outside. Okay, hold on. What is this? Hold on. This is an issue right now. So this is what happens. Come on, straightener. This reminds me of that one video on Twitter when the girl is trying to like straighten her hair and the one piece keeps going up. You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, it's hilarious. But that's like what my hair is doing right now. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, no more distractions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you are doing well. Grab a snack and let's go ahead and jump into the September favorites. Okay, first things first, let's talk about a primer. So I have been pretty much using this nonstop since like the end of August, the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil and Shine Control Primer. This is one of those primers where I agree with every single claim that it has, plus more. So this says it controls oil and shine for up to 12 hours, agree. Helps your makeup to go on smoother, agree. It's oil-free, lightweight, and non-greasy, I agree. So basically this is what it says. It goes on like a moisturizer and then just within seconds, all your oil is absorbed on your face and your face looks nice and smooth and matte. But I really like how it doesn't make my face feel tight and dry and almost like cracked. So I will use a primer water and then I will go in with this and then I'll go in with my foundation and everything just goes on so flawlessly and I don't have to worry about touching up my makeup throughout the day. And I know touching up takes a couple of minutes, like it's really not even, like it's not a big deal, but it's really nice to have your makeup looking fresh all day without having to worry about it. So I feel like this is very practical for people who work all day, maybe you're going to school, or if you have a special event to go to and you just don't want to have to worry about your makeup, whether that's maybe like a wedding, a baby shower, you know, things where you're busy, you're out all day and you just don't have time or you just don't want to have to worry about touching up or blotting your forehead or your face, whatever. For me, that's my forehead because I get super oily. I notice that whenever I'm not using this primer, I do start to get oily a lot quicker. I almost feel like my skin is getting used to this primer just because I have been using it for a little over a month at this point. So I really do enjoy it though. I think it's great. And this doesn't necessarily like fill in all of your pores and like blur everything. So you could always mix this in with another primer, but I personally feel like it's smooth enough for me to the point where I don't have to use something else in conjunction with it. So I've just been using my primer water, this, and then my foundation goes on over top really nicely and I'm good to go. So this has been my go-to. And then I wanted to share also, speaking of Smashbox, their Photo Finish Weightless Setting Spray. If you watched my last Get Ready With Me, I mentioned this in there, but in case you missed it, this is not just any setting spray because you guys know I have so many favorites. I would say I probably have at least like 10 go-to setting sprays that I love that are both drugstore and high-end, but I typically always go for drugstore setting sprays because there are so many really great ones at the drugstore. However, this setting spray is so unique to anything that I've tried because it's actually transfer proof. When you touch your face, or if you go to put a shirt on, or if you go to hug somebody, your makeup is not gonna get on their shirt, on your fingers if you accidentally touch your face. It's not gonna rub off if you accidentally go like this. It's completely transfer proof. At first I didn't really notice that it was like much of a difference, but then when I started like wearing my makeup for long periods of time, and I was like, this is actually really, really good. And the only thing I could think of that I used that was different was this setting spray, along with, of course, the primer. But the primer is more so for oil. It's not meant to like, you know, be transfer proof, whereas the setting spray is. It sprays also really nicely, very even throughout your face. So I pretty much bathe in this every single time I do my makeup, and it really just like locks and seals everything into place. So I'm very, very happy with this, and I think it is definitely worth every single penny. I mean, I've been using this nonstop, and I still have a lot of product in here, so expensive, I know. It's like $32, which is crazy, but I think if your makeup is gonna be sealed on all day, that's completely worth it to me. So this you need. Then for foundation, I wanted to just shout this out. I'm pretty sure I talked about this in my last month's favorites, but I had to mention it again because it really is just so good. Every time I put this on, I'm just like, how is this only $10? So this is the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. I feel like this could be a very universal foundation for combo, dry, oily, whatever kind of skin type you have. This is going to be it for you because it is so naturally glowy, but it's not like excessive. So I've been pretty much using this with the Smashbox primer, and it's been working really well for me. I don't get oily or anything throughout the day. I just really love a glowy foundation, especially if I'm using a mattifying primer, because I don't want to just be matte, 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 just like flat throughout the day. So I like kind of mixing the two products to get like the best of both worlds. All around, this is just a really great foundation for going out, for every day. It's super lightweight, it is buildable coverage, and it's really beautiful, and it's only $10, and I think their shade range is really good. So my everyday shade is medium olive. If I have like a little bit of color, I will go in with the shade Neutral Buff just to mix it slightly, but my tan is pretty much faded at this point, so I'm pretty much going to be medium olive for like the rest of the year. But it's a really great shade, and I like the undertones of this foundation as well. So this I have been loving. It's so, so good. I have a brow product to talk about. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel, and this one's just in the shade of black. Not much to this, it's just a brow gel. I have quite a few favorite drugstore brow products. You guys know that. I share those with you throughout different makeup tutorials that I have here on my channel, and I think brow mascara for me is like one of those things where there's a lot of brands that have them, but they're not all great, and I'm very picky when it comes to them because some of them make my brows look really, really stiff. Some of them don't have a really great shade range, and others, the formula just isn't all that great. For me, this one is affordable, it's really nice, and I feel like this could be a dupe for the Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel, which I also really do like. But I feel like brow products are one of those things where you don't really need to spend a lot of money on them, so I typically always prefer drugstore brow products over high-end ones. I'd rather spend money on other high-end products. Brow products for me, that's just not it. That's why I really like this one. And the shade Black on me is really nice. I feel like it is dark enough, but it's not overly dark, and it just makes your hairs look really fluffy and full. It's still setting them in place, so I've never had issues with this melting or anything, even in really, really hot weather. So this is just a really great brow gel, and of course it's affordable, so we love e.l.f. Almost forgot to talk about this face product. This is the Tarte Park Ave Princess Palette. I actually had forgotten about this for a little bit. I had given it away at one point, and then I meant to repurchase it, never did. I recently got it in my box deluxe, and I was like, oh my goodness, I totally forgot about this palette. Apparently, I think you can only get this on Tarte's website, but if you ever are in the mood to shop on there, I definitely recommend it. I think it's just a really nice all-around contour palette. You have some lighter shades and some bronzy colors, and I just really like the mix of like warm and cool tones in here. It's not too warm, it's not too cool tone, so it's just a really nice like everyday bronzy contour palette. So I really like the shade Princess Cut for contouring, especially my nose as well. I think it just gives me that natural shadow, and then I like the other colors just to add some color back to the face. And then the two light shades are really nice actually for cleaning up the contour. I don't use them specifically underneath my eyes, but for cleaning that area up, they're perfect. I have a new mascara, which I don't remember if I talked about this before. I know that I've talked about other Essence mascaras. I might have talked about this in a previous month, but I started using it again just because I'm trying to use up other products that I have in my collection that I kind of like forget about. I tend to kind of get in a rut and I just use like the same products over and over again. So anyways, I came across this mascara in my collection. This is the Essence Lashes of the Day Super Volume Mascara, and I really, really like this for specifically my bottom lashes because I feel like my bottom lashes are a little bit longer than my top, but it's just a really nice formula. It's volumizing, it's really lengthening. I really like the wand of this, and I really like Essence because they have so many different mascaras I think that actually do what the claims are. Like some of them are lengthening, some of them are volumizing, like they have a lot of different ones, and they're all like $5 and under, so it's just a really good one. I really like this one and the ColourPop BFF mascara. The wand is a little bit less fat than the ColourPop one, so I feel like you can really get in there on your lower lashes and just make them look really nice and long. So I love this mascara. I'm really picky also with mascaras. I feel like a lot of them, they're just like, like whatever. But this one's actually really good and it does what it says. I have two glosses to talk about from L'Oreal. These are their Crushed Foil Metallic Lip Glosses. It's so funny because when I first saw these, I thought that they were liquid shadows. And then when I actually read them, I was like, oh, this is actually a gloss. So I was a little nervous because I thought that they were gonna be like just very unwearable. But when you actually apply them, these are so beautiful. It's a really light gloss. It's not really gonna make you look like real juicy and wet like a Fenty gloss bomb. I really like these right on the center of the lips. It just adds that little extra pop, as you can see, like just that little sheen. They're really smooth and creamy, even though they do have a little like sheen, or like the one in the shade Mirror has a little bit of like a glitter reflex to it. It's not chunky at all on your lips. It's just very smooth. I personally don't really like these on their own. It's definitely one of those things where I have to top this off with a lipstick, a lip liner, or a liquid lipstick. I would never just like throw this on with nothing on my lips, but over top of other lip products, they're great. Next up, I have the SONIA KASHUK Quick Clean Dry Brush Spray. I just used this, I'm kind of cheating. I just used this a couple of days ago, but didn't take much for me to realize how much I love this product and how much I was missing out on this product. So basically you just, let me just show you. For instance, we have this brush right here from Sigma. You can see it has a ton of orange eyeshadow on it. So what you do with this is you just spray your brush, take a washcloth or anything that you have. I always get these little washcloths from Walmart. Then you just rub it on the washcloth. And look at that. The brush is clean. Now, obviously this is stained because it's a white haired brush, but it's actually clean and it's dry. You can go in with a different eyeshadow color and you're gonna be good to go. So that's my favorite thing about it. It's just such a quick and easy product. I've tried a couple of different brush cleaning, like spot cleaning type of things, and they just don't really work. They don't take out all the eyeshadow, or if they do, the brush is still really wet afterwards, and then I have to just let it dry. So it's like, for all that, I might as well just like wash my brushes like normally. So this is just a really good, quick and easy product, but I think it's great if you're ever on the go. I believe they also do have a smaller bottle as well, which is good for traveling. And on top of that, this smells amazing. I can't really describe it, but it smells really good. It smells like a little bit like a scented moisturizer mixed with a little bit of like a new car scent. I know that's like the weirdest thing ever, but it's just really, really good. Okay, now we can jump into some random favorites. I really didn't have a ton of makeup favorites because even though I test out a lot of makeup, I'm really picky. Like, I know what I like, so it takes a lot for products to become my favorites. But let's get into some randomness. So let's talk about this hair scrunchie. So I have been really loving hair scrunchies for forever now. I used to wear them all the time when I was younger, and I love how older trends are making a comeback. So hair scrunchies are it. I feel like if you get headaches easily, or if you have super thick hair, hair scrunchies are better than just like regular hair ties. They're cuter and you won't get a headache as easy. So I actually got this and these from Amazon per your recommendation. So a couple of you guys saw me in one of my vlogs that I shared that I got like this 3-pack of hair scrunchies at TJ Maxx for like $7 or $8, and you were like, girl, get them on Amazon. I got this big pack of scrunchies. Look at all these. Like, you get a ton for $7 and you get like so many different colors. I mean, we have different shades of purple, we have blues, we have nudes, like just a bunch of different hair scrunchie colors. And I really like the material of this. It's like a velvet kind of material. Just really, really cute, really simple, very stretchy. If you ever want to make your hair look a little bit more, you know, like you actually tried, you just add a hair scrunchie. Check out Amazon. Don't get them at Target or TJ Maxx or Walmart. Get them on Amazon. And then I wanted to shout out what I've been eating as like a little snack. So these are the Vega protein snack bars. I saved a wrapper specifically for this video to show you guys. These are perfect if you're ever on the go. Maybe you're starving and you need a little pick me up. You need something maybe before the gym, after the gym. So I actually really like the plant-based Vega line. They have like a powder that you can mix into smoothies, and they also have regular drinks that are pretty good as well. These basically taste like a candy bar with a little bit of protein in it, which is why I like it, because I have the biggest sweet tooth ever. Like, I'm always craving something sweet no matter what, and so it makes me feel like I'm eating a candy bar. But if you look at the ingredients, they're actually pretty good. And I specifically also like these because the protein isn't excessive in here. Like some protein bars, you just taste all protein and it just leaves a really bad aftertaste in your mouth, but this is just like the perfect amount. So also, I don't have it with me because I don't like to bring food up to my beauty room. I talked about it before. It just kind of grosses me out, the thought of having like food with makeup. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. That's kind of like the clean freak in me. But I have been obsessed with this cauliflower rice. I'll insert a picture of it right here or right here. But whenever I'm on the go and I just want something really quick and easy, I'll just pop this right on the stove. And it's probably not the best thing because it's probably better to just make it yourself, like pick apart the cauliflower with the veggies and everything. But again, I'm talking about if you're on the go and you don't have time for that, this is great. It reminds me so much of like just like traditional fried rice, but it's not rice. It's just cauliflower with some other veggies. And I'm a big rice lover. I mean, you guys know I'm Hispanic. Like, we love rice, and it definitely does remind me of like fried rice and just like Asian style cuisine, which I really love. Chinese food is probably like one of my favorite foods to eat. So it's just a really nice alternative. So cauliflower rice is where it's at. Okay, I have some products to talk about that I wasn't obsessed with this month, and they're actually high-end. So the first one is this Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. First of all, this foundation is very expensive, which that's not the reason why I don't like it, to be honest. I definitely am a drugstore girl at heart, but I don't mind spending a lot of money on a product if I know that it's going to be really, really good. And I love recommending drugstore products to you guys, but whenever I do recommend a high-end product to you, I want to make sure that it is worth it. Like, that I would actually go out and repurchase that product. If it was sent to me, I'm going to go out and repurchase 2-3 backups of it. You know what I mean? I really wanted to love it. I tried it several times with different primers, with different setting sprays, and I was like, what is this? I don't really like it. The coverage is really light. I feel like it's not even really buildable, to be honest. And I just found this to kind of just be sitting on top of my face rather so than actually absorbing and looking really pretty and fresh. I feel like if you want a really nice higher end foundation that's natural, that's pretty, that's great for every day, I would go with the new Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation. That one's great. And I was using this and comparing it to that, even though they're two completely different foundations, but I was like, if I'm gonna spend a lot of money on a foundation, I'd rather get Fenty, or even the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which is like the same price as this one, but I just feel like it looks better on the skin. So this one for me, I really wasn't impressed with it. And I noticed that this was coming off a lot around my nose. So I feel like for that price, it's like not as long wearing as it should be. I was definitely just overall expecting more for the price point of this foundation. Something else that I really tried to love, I've been trying to love this powder since I first used it, I believe like in August. This is the Anastasia Loose Setting Powder. I have this one in the shade Vanilla. The crazy thing is, when I first used this, and even when I do use it now, like when I try to like love it, it looks so beautiful on the skin. Like, it really is so smoothing and so nice, but I get oily so quickly every single time I use this, like within just a couple of hours, like not even a full day. And it's super disappointing because I really wanted to love it. I like the way that it looks. It looks, again, so nice. And this color is perfection, and I like the big packaging. I really do love a lot of things about the powder. I just don't like the longevity of it and how my face looks after like 2-3 hours of wearing it. I think for the price, it just, again, it's just not worth it to me. Okay, the last product that I have is kind of random. This is the Amika Bombshell Blowout Spray. I actually found this at TJ Maxx. It doesn't look like I've been using this product, but that's probably because I don't wash my hair like super, super often. I pretty much would use this when I got out of the shower, or sometimes like the next morning when I'm about to style my hair. The reason I don't like this is because I feel like, one, it weighs my hair down a lot. Like, it just feels like there's just so much product buildup in my hair. And two, it's a very sticky formula. Like, it just doesn't really sit well with my hair personally. And I noticed that whenever I was spraying this, my scalp itches like crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I don't know what it is about this. I really wanted to love this also because it smells so, so good. And the scent actually does stay in your hair for a really long time. I just don't feel like it sits well with my scalp and with my hair. And the crazy thing is, when I'm spraying this, I'm not directly spraying my scalp. I'm really just focusing this on like the bottom portion of my hair, but it just makes me so itchy, and my hair, the residue is just, it's not a good mix. So for me, this is out. This is one of the reasons why I really don't love trying out new hair products, because I just kind of know what works with my hair. And whenever I try something new out, this happens. All right, my beautiful friends, that officially completes this video. Those are all of my favorites. I really didn't have a ton of things, but hopefully you still enjoyed it. Hopefully this inspired you to add some things to your shopping cart, to your wish list, because Christmas is gonna be here before we know it. Let me know your favorites down below in the comments. Let me know what I should be trying for this coming month in October, drugstore or high-end. I would love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for everything. I hope you're doing well. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye! We're just beautiful.